tenses, he said, I will rename all the tenses for sake of grammar. And I will start them all from starting from la. So all the tenses, Vartaman, present, past, perfect, this perfect, that perfect, everything will start from la. So collectively I can say them lakara. So lakara, all the la words. So lakara is another name or grammatical name for tense. So now he said, okay, so how to remember, how to keep it easy to remember which lakara, what lakara. So he said, say mapping might you might have to remember, but while defining the lakara, let's keep it simple. So he said, I will use la. Along with la, I will use two other letters, ta and ng. So ta vargasya prathamah varnah, ka vargasya panchamah varnah I will use. Then I will apply initial swaras on this. So all rasva swara. So like a, e, u, r, a. No, sorry, dirghas also there. A, o. So these are the swaras I will apply, and then once ta thing will finish, then I will start doing for nga, same thing. So you see how this got made. Lat, la plus a plus ta. So la and ta are common in first set. Here the swara is a. Then after a he added e. So lit. Then he added u, lut. Then he added r. So that became rit. Since it is la, then he can't add another r. So he omitted that and he came at a. So he added late and o, lot. Then o after o, swaras are finished. Then again he chooses a different word for the end word, nga. So again he started from this langa, linga, lunga, ringa. So you can remember 6 from ta, 4 from nga. Total there are 10 lakaras, tenses plus moods. So they all start from la. That is why they are called as lakaras. So how to remember them? First, you have to remember starting from la. Then you have to remember all basic swaras. A, E, U, R, A, O. First 6, then remaining 4. Remaining 4 again starting from swara. You will say A, E, U, R. You got 10 lakaras. So in this 10 lakaras, all 10 are not denoting time only. Few denote the mood also. So we have already seen one mood lakara, that was lot. It is here, lot. So lot lakara was the imperative or prerana lakara. Lat lakara is vartamana. So rit lakara is bhavishya, future. Lang lakara is past. So we have read lat, rit, lot and lang in grammatical terms. So this thing is very easy, and remembering this should also be very easy. So let's see how much it is there in this. Okay, this is there anyway. Okay, so I will follow the book only because it is there further. So among these 10 lakaras, there is one, this lakara, late. So late lakara is found only in Veda. So only Vedic Prayoga. In Veda, this lakara is used. It is not used in general Laukika Samskrita. It is not used. So if you take out this one, you will say again that then Laukika Samskrita, whatever Samskrita we use, Sanskritam, that has 9 lakaras only. So that is not true. This ling, so this ling lakara is having two types. One is vidhi ling, mandatory. Other is ashir ling. Ashirling, which is used for blessing. So when you bless, there is a different mood. So words become like that. So again, you have two types of this, Vidhi and Ashir. So you can say late went, but then also we have 10 lakaras which are used in Laukik Samskrita, that is called here classical Samskrita. So classical is Laukik. And Vedic uses one lakara. Other lakaras also it uses, but one this lakara is specially found in Veda. So now he is telling how this lakara and all is going to affect or how the process happens. So next some lines are giving you very, I would say, confusing glimpse of the process, how a verb gets a lakara attached to it and creates a kriya pada or verb sentence or verb pada or word. What I'm saying, how a verb root dhatu gets the lakara, because you see if you have a dhatu say bhu, so if you add a lat lakara means present tense, then only it will become bhavati. So next lines are trying to tell you how it happens, but don't expect they can clearly tell you and you can clearly understand it, because for both neither book has reached to that level nor your studies have reached to that level. So we will read with this so that you later you can relate. All these lakaras are substituted by ting. So there is another one type of pratyaya, ting. What kind of pratyaya till now you know? Krit. Krit pratyayas were there which were making words which were called kridantas. So ting pratyaya is another set of pratyaya which will make another kind of words. They will be called as tingantas. Tingantas are the verbs like pathati. Pathati is a ting, tinganta, ending in ting. So word ending in ting, affix is a tinganta and it is verb, kriya padam. So ting affixes or this affixes are 18 in number. So total 18 ting pratyas are there. As you have seen in Kridanta case, there are 140 plus Kridanta pratyaya, but these pratyas are only 18. So out of 18, they are classified into two parts of 9 each. First one is called as Parasmaipadi pratyayas and second one are called as Atmanepadi pratyayas. Each of these again we are divided into 3 cross 3 as we remember the verb forms pathati, pathatah, pathanti, like that, 3 rows, 3 columns. Let's see how these look. So these are the total 18. So you can say 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 into 3, 18. So this is the middle line where they are divided into 9 and 9. And again you can see if you divide, then you have 3 cross 3. 3 columns, 3 rows. Total 9 in one type. One type is Parasmai Padam, Atmane Padam. So now you see Tiptas Jhi. So these are, if you have Pathati and you have to make the table for verb table for Path Dhatu. So it will come like this: Pathati, Pathatah, Pathanti. So T, it is easy to figure out, like this T will get added and somehow this Pa will go away. But these you cannot, like Pathatah, how it will become, that you don't know. Then Pathasi also is easy. Pathami, how come the first one will become Dirgha? So that all is part of process. But what he is telling, in Pat, this only 3 will get added. So that you can see Dhvam case here. So Dhvam is very easily you can see, like it is Vandadve, like that, from where it comes. So as of now, for visibility, Pat plus this pratyaya will give the form. That is the thing. So now why they are called ting pratyaya, you can see from here. They begin with the letter T and end with the letter Ang. So it is like somebody's name acronym. like BS Yediyurappa. So somebody will write BSY. So it is similar way of that times how they were writing acronym. Instead of saying all tiptas G siptasta mipvasmasta tamja like that, they will say thing. So you have to understand starting from tip ending into mahing all. So this is called as abbreviation. So abbreviation in Sanskrita has a different name that is called as pratyahara. So it is from ti of tip, nga of mahing. Therefore, ting stands for 18 suffixes. These assumes different forms. So now he is telling this how this pratyaya they will not remain same when they are going to be added to dhatu. They will vary as per which lakara they are going to serve. So some lakara tip will become ti, some lakara it will become apathat like ta. So that you have to assume as of now how it all seems will look. So here it is telling I will use this only. Abhavat in lang lakara tip becomes ta. In lot lakara it becomes tu. Vardhate in lat lakara present tense it becomes te. But in lot it becomes tam. So how they change? No need to worry. What you have to know? There is a dhatu plus there is a suffix. These 18 are there. This tip will not remain tip always. In one, it depends upon tense. Tense also will bring some component because of which they will get some other conversion also. But end of the day, whatever form you know, they will go and end up there only. So again, Parasmaipadi and Atmanepadi, they will not get applied to everyone. Some will get applied to one, some will get applied to other one, some will get applied to both. And how this will be determined? You already know. It is as per dhatu. Dhatu already has this quality of identifying which padi it is. So as the capability of dhatu, verb root, that capability of pratyaya only it will accept, nothing else. So this is about this. Then let's see, with 10 lakaras, with 10 tenses or moods, what actually we are going to show, because normally in normal uses past, present, future is more than enough. So let's see how these out of 10 how many represent what many tenses. So lut, first one is lut. You can remember first one, say because of a. So first one is lut is present tense. Late we already know. Late you can remember with English late. So it is something which was used earlier. So it is in Veda. It is not like that, just for remembering. Lung, lung and lit. These three are used for past tense. Different kind of past. We will see which kind of past. Lung, lung, lit. What we have read is lung. We haven't read lit or lung. So one present tense, three past tense. Lit and lut are future tense. So two future tense. Ring is a casual relationship. It can represent both time, like past, future, anything. And then lot. So your imperative, then you have vidhiling and ashirling. They are also moods. So you can see command, entreaty, request, benediction. This ashirling is benediction. So you can now see here, lot you have already read. Vidhiling you will read in next level. Ashirling we will not read here. So three of them are not tenses, they are moods, all three. So three moods, these three are tenses. These three. Okay, this one is not tense again. is casual relationship and accomplishment of relationship. So four are moods, remaining are 2 here and 4 here. So it should be 10, right? 4, 4, 3, 7, 10. So these 4 are moods, bottom 4, and next 2 to 4 to 6. These 6 are tenses. So if you have any doubt till now, then you ask. Because this is only to understand. There is, if I am able to explain it, that should be enough. So lut is present tense. Lung, lung, lit. They all are past tense. Different time in past. They will tell, like perfect and all is there in English. Past perfect and also similarly here also is there. 2 kind of future tenses are there. So these 6 are related to time, tense. Rest 4 are related to mood. So if you have to remember it, you can remember through this karika or shloka. Lat vartamane. It is because of sandhi, ta became da. So lat vartamane, late vede. All this ta are ve. Late vede. So if you see vartamane, it is saptami. So it means lat vartamane, in vartamana, in present lat. Late vede, in vede, in veda, late. Bhute, in past. Lung, lang, litah, tatha. So lung, lang, litas, tatha. Vidya ashishostu. Vidhi ashisha. Vidhi ashisha is vidyashisha. Tu, emphatic. Ling lotau. For vidhi and ashisha, ling and lota are there. And ring ritau lud bhavishyati. So he is telling ring, rut and lut. They are for future. So this one also, in this ring, it is telling this as a lakara, but it is not for like a pure tense, or it is only for future. It can be, we will see the example, it can be used for past also, because this says, shows the relation. So let's see how these 3 past and 2 futures are going to fit. So it is very clearly explained here. Actually, if I had made a presentation, or if we had a board, then it can be explained better. But let's see anyway. So so it is around 9 o'clock today. So if we have to define time, so let's take today's time, like 9 o'clock. So before 9 o'clock today 9 p.m. before 9 p.m. till today's 12 a.m. means yesterday's night, till this time, this is one kind of past. So past starting from 14th April 00 hours till just now 14 April 8 hours 56 minutes is at past of some different type. Then there is a other type of past which was not today. Not today's past means something which had happened on 13th April 2020. Then there is a past which happened long time back. That is third kind of past. So first past, if you see here, it is called as today's action, samanya bhuta. So that he's saying anadyatan bhuta. So okay, second one is immediate past, which is anadyatan. Adyatan means today's. Adya means today, tana means today's. Adyatan bhuta is past. An means not today's. Then the perfect. Perfect is paroksha. Paroksha means which doesn't happen in front of me, that bhuta. Like if I have to say Rama went to forest, ideally I should not use a samanya bhuta or anadyatana bhuta. You can say adyatana bhuta or anadyatana bhuta. I should not use. Adyatana bhuta means today's past. Adya today, tana today's, bhuta past. Today's past, then not today's past, then paroksha bhuta, something which happened earlier. So if I have to say Rama went to forest, I should not say Rama. If we are referring Dasharath Putra Rama, then we should not say, if you say perfectly speaking through tenses, you should not say Rama vanam agachat. So you will use paroksha bhuta. So these are three past tenses. We will read here. Today is the time gap between 12 o'clock of the previous night and 12 o'clock of tonight. Action not pertaining to today is anadyatan. That is which not adyatan. That is which is not today's. The action which falls outside our direct perception is paroksha bhuta or remote past. Lung, lung, lit are the three lakaras used for show this thing respectively. So if the action does not belong to either remote past or immediate past, but meant only as just completed, then the time of action is merely samanya bhuta. So if you have any doubt in understanding which past, if any confusion is there, which past is adyatan, which is anadyatan, which is paroksha, then please ask. Clear? Okay. So henceforth the time from 12 o'clock tonight. So same pattern. Now we will see the future. One future is which is from tonight, whatever means 15th April, whatever is going to come. That is one future. And second future is, so first future is called as, okay, henceforth the time from 12 o'clock tonight is the first future. An adyatan bhavishyat, not today's future, because it is of 15th April's future. In this sense, lut lakara is used. So lut 1 is used for something which is not today's future. What will be today's future? Today's future will be 9:30 on 14th April 2020, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock till 12 o'clock. So on the other hand, rit lakara, second or simple future, is employed in sense of indefinite future or samanya bhavishyat. It is said that ring lakara is employed in sense of condition or so this is, so lut you understood. Lut is not today's, anadyatan bhavishyat. Then rit is for saman, simple future tense, which you will use for, like if I have to say सार्ध नववादने अस्माकं कक्षा समाप्तं भविष्यति. So that will be the samanya bhavishya, because it is today's adyatana bhavishya only. If I have to say anadyatana bhavishya, like agami shukrvasare vayam punah melishyamah, then melishyamah should not be a correct word because that is lit lakara. We should use the lut lakara for that. So, but in general uses nowadays, because people's memory and everything is less and people want less variation in uses. So now for all kind of past, people use only one lakara, lang lakara. All kind of future, people use only one, that is lit lakara. So like that. So ring, this another lakara was there, which is for relation, and it may somehow sometimes give feeling of future also. So let's see how the relation it is. Suvrishtihi yadi abhavishyat tarhi subhiksham abhavishyat. So what he's telling, so these forms you now might not be aware. Abhavishyat, you don't know what this form is. Then abhavishyat, this also you don't know. It is because they are not from the lit lakara, which we read. They are lut lakara. Oh, sorry, ring lakara. So this one, ring lakara. So you don't have to remember this. You have to just understand the concept, because just introduction is here only. So what it means, suvrishtihi, good rain, yadi abhavishyat, if there is going to be good rain, tarhi, then subhiksham, then crops are the crop abhavishyat. Su is for good, then good crop will happen. If good rain will happen, then good crop will happen. It's in future and there is a relation. So for these kind of thing, ring lakara is used. English, somebody if he is she is very good in English, this is the name in English. It is found subjunctive mood or something. So another examples are there. Yadi eshah samyak apathishyat. So you see a is there, which is for us a symbol of past tense, and sha is there, which is a symbol of present tense for us. Where they are together, that is your ring lakara. So this way you can remember it. Yadi esha samyak patishyat, if this boy or man or person reads properly, tarhi, then parikshayam, in exam, uttirnah abhivishyat, then he will pass the exam. Yadi ramah vanam nagamishyat, tarhi rakshas samharah na bhavishyat. So now you see here, now it is giving you feeling of past also. So yadi Ramah vanam na agamishyat, if Rama was not gone to forest, tarhi rakshasa samhara na bhavishyat. But it is still having the relation. So because of that, here it was written casual relationship in the absence of accomplishment of action. So action is not done. Some thinking, in thinking it is thought. It can be past or future. So this anyway you don't have to use anywhere. You have to know that there are 10 lakaras and one of them is represented this way. Best way to remember this is it start with past tense symbol and it has the future tense symbol. Anything of this kind is ring lakara, and you are going to see it mostly nowhere in your thing what you are going to study for next 2 years. So in brief, the 10 lakaras in lessons, present tense is lut, in which the form is bhavati, bhavatah, bhavanti. Then you have lang, which is imperfect tense, means which is anadyatan bhuta, not today's this thing, that is abhavat, abhavatam, abhavan. This also you know. Then you have lot, that is imperative, bhavatu, bhavatam, bhavantu. Then you have lit, and lit simple future. So simple future is bhavishyati, bhavishyatah, bhavishyanti. These are the things which are known to us, which we should be expert in. Since other lakaras are not necessary at this juncture, they are not dealt in detail. So you also you don't have to worry about them. Okay. So again, it is all I told you many times. So like you know, the verb, the noun and pronouns are classified based on their endings. Dhatu, noun roots are classified based on their endings. So similarly, verb roots are classified in ganas. So there are around 2000 primary verb roots that you already know. countless number of word forms can be derived. That is mathematically possible. The number of word you can make from this 2000 verb roots with the process given in Sanskrit grammar is near to infinity. That is why it is called as, this language is always you can say young language. It can have words, the word generating capability of Sanskrit is next to none. So any computer or any new word you bring, Sanskrit is capable of generating words for that particular thing. So the word roots here are classified by the person whoever figured out or wrote the word verb root for first time into 10 ganas. 10 ganas means you can say 10 vargas or 10 types. So why it is divided into 10 types? Because each type of verb will have same kind of pattern, like patati, patata, patanti. So all the verbs bhavati, bhavata, bhavanti, they all will be like same. Any verb if you see, if that is from different gana, that the way their form is will be different, like karoti, kuruta, kurvanti, that is from different gana. So because of that its form gets changed. So here it is telling you, let's see what are the name of 10 ganas. That's it. So the first verb root in first gana is called as bhu. So from the bhu only that gana patha starts. The book of gana, dhatu gana, starts from bhu. First line is bhu sattayam. So first is the dhatu and then sattayam is the meaning. So therefore, since the first chapter, first gana starts with bhu, the name of first gana is bhu adi, or with sandhi bhwadihi. Bhwadihi, gana which has bhu at the beginning. Bhu adihi, right? So the first verb root of second gana is ad. Ad means to eat. So the gana is named as on the first verb root again and called as ad adihi, that is adadihi. So like this 10 ganas are made. You have to remember their name, so that going forward if somebody tells this verb is from this gana, you should be able to understand something, like okay, this is in from some different gana, this gana I don't know. So these are the first verbs in this particular ganas, and on the name of these verbs only the gana is named. So bhu is the first, which means to be. So gana name is bhwadihi. Ad is the first word, so adadihi. Who is there? So that is for like havanam karoti, something like that is from who, offering. So that becomes juhotyadi. See, now it is changing the thing. So all the which are in this group might follow this. Diva is divadi, sui is swadi, tud is tudadi, rudh rudhadi, tan tanadi, kri krayadi, chur churadi. So in churadi everyone will have ya. Chorayati, pidayati, like that, means all the verbs will have ya into that. So you can, from seeing the ya thing, you can figure out, okay, they are from 10th gana. So depending on now each gana, one other pratyaya is selected, that is called as vikarana pratyaya. So that sits between dhatu and the ting pratyaya. So if you have bhu dhatu and you are going to add the ting pratyaya which we saw there, since it comes from bhwadi gana, you will, for bhwadi gana vikarana pratyaya is a. So first you will add a in pat, then you will add tip. So pa will go away and then it will become pathati. So you will get a form pathati. You have to know just name, don't worry about other things. So dhatu root plus vikarana pratyaya plus akhyat pratyaya, again a different name, don't worry about this, this is the same thing. So once you will add, you will get the final form. Vikarana pratyaya express the particular class of verb root. So for every root there are different Vigaran Pratyayas. For some group that is same, but you can as of safely now you can assume how the form will be different for each Gana, because each Gana has different Vikirana Pratyaya which sits between the final suffix and the verb root. So that is why for like Shrunoti, so that gets a different form as compared to Pathati. Dadati, so they all get different form because they come from different Gana. So this was the verb part. If you have any doubt, you ask me. We have read lakaras, how many types, and then we have read all the pratyayas used in thing, and then different kind of tenses. What is the mapping between lakara and the tense? What kind of present is there? What kind of past is there? What kind of future is there? What is adyatana bhuta, anadyatana bhuta, or anadyatana bhavishyata, and samanya or adyatana bhavishyata? If you have any doubt, ask. 1 minute. Great. It is clear then. Then we will come to noun part of this. So noun part, you see this by now all the stories and all, you know what is the form. For Pumlinga and Napumsaklinga Ekvachana, you will see Re. A will come at the end. Balake, Rame, Phale. That is Saptami. What is Saptami? It is locative. Or in Sanskrita, it will be called as Adhikarana. So locative means something which tells the location. So Kamalani means lotuses. Santi, they are there. Where they are there? Kasare, in the lake. For Akaranta is Strilinga and Ikaranta is Strilinga, and I think Ikaranta, not for Ikaranta. So it will be Yam at the end. So Pushpani Latayam Vikasanti, Balikayam, Ramayam, Bhumi, Ikaranta is there, small e, so Bhumyam. So this is the way Saptami form is there. This is plural, Kakshasu, Asu, Balikasu, like that. Shambhav, this is Ukaranta Pumlinga Saptami. Margeshu, Shu also comes in Su and Shu, they are for Saptami. Su is for Strilinga, Shu is for Pumlinga or Napumsaklinga. So now it is easy to figure out where is Saptami. Margeshu, Girishu, Nadyam, Moktikani, Samudre, Kridangane, Aranye, Sabhayam, Amaravatyam, Nagarishu. So these are Saptami. Sayankale, Bharat Deshe, Bhanuvasare, Asande, Matrubhumau. So this is Ukaranta, Matrubhumi. Ikaranta is Strilinga. Mahabharate, Vyakarane, Vyakarane, Mam Asakti Asti. I am interested in grammar. Jyestheshu, so Daridreshu. So this all is Saptami Bahuvachana, these two. Durvyasane, Ekvachana. Samaj Sevayam, this is Strilinga, Samaj Seva. So you can see here Rame Rameshu, Vane Vaneshu is the form for Pumlinga and Napumsaklinga Akaranta. Here you will see Ramayam and Ramasu. This is, so you can say Shu and Su, A and Yam. Harau, Harishu, Matau, it has two forms. It can be written as Matau also. It can be written as Matyam also. So, and for Rikarantas, it is Pitari and Pitrushu, Matari and Matrushu. So, okay. For your Sarvanamas, Tasmin Teshu. So this shu you can see here, and tasmin is a different this thing, word. Tasyam, this yam is common, and tasu, this is same as the normal noun. So tasmin teshu, tasyam tasu. Tasmin, again copy of this. For question you will ask the similar thing. Kasmin, in what? Keshu, among, like it is for multiple plural. Then kasyam and kasu is the question here. Matching thing is coming here again, that is mai and asmasu, twai and yusmasu for uttam purusha and madhyam purusha. So where it is used mostly? Mostly it is used in the where question, kutra. So reply of kutra will be in saptami. Reply of kada also is in saptami. So when it is response is time. So if I have to say aham panchavadane gamishyami, means I will go at 5. If I am saying aham shvah gamishyami, then it is not coming. So in case of time, the time denoting whatever word will be there, that will be used in saptami. Since it is location, so sometime where you are sitting in which thing or standing where, that also will go in saptami. Like here example is kate upavishati. Kata is mat. So kate upavishati means on the mat or in the mat. As of now you can consider that also. Upavishati, sits. Asande upavishati. Karyane upavishati. So since upavishan kriyas location it is telling, it will go in saptami. The same case is used for showing liking, devotion and respect also. Like Jyeshthe, in the elders, Shraddha, Adaraha Bhavatu. Let there be respect in elders. So these are the 4 cases where this is used. All of them you are little familiar with. Okay, so then another vibhakti is there, that is called as Sambodhana vibhakti. Actually it is not counted because its name is Sambodhana Prathama. It is not a special or separate vibhakti. It is a type of Prathama only. Karta vibhakti whatever we had, it is just a little variation of that vibhakti only. That is why it is called as Sambodhana Prathama. Sambodhana means vocative, for calling if you are using. And in Sambodhana Prathama and Prathama Vibhakti, only difference is in the Ekavachana. Rest Dvivachana and Bahuvachana are always same. So it is not an independent case. So like we say, Hey Rama. So otherwise Rama you can use as Ramaha or Ramam or Ramen or Ramaya or Ramat or Ramasya or Rame. But when you are calling, then you can use Hey Rama, Bho Mukunda. See, you are not using Mukundaha, Ramaha, Mahodayaha. If Mahodaya is there, Mahodaya, when you are saying Mahodaya, it means you are addressing, you are using vocative. These He, Bho are for addressing only. So they don't have any special meaning, they are for addressing. Okay, I, are, I, are, re, these also are used for addressing. So some respectful addressing is Manya, Mahodaya, Shriman, Arya. This is not any race or something. Arya is just Arya, addressing. For ladies, Manye, respected lady, Arya, well cultured lady, Mataha, mother, Bhagini, sister, are used to address women. These all are Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti. They all are vocative. So let's see how the vocatives are there. Only ekvachana will differ, dvivachana and bahuvachana will remain same. So suppose for case of balakah, so or ramah, ramah, ramau, ramah is the ekvachana. So sambodhan prathama will be there, ram, ramau, ramah. So if it is akaranta pumlinga, you will remove the visarga and you will get the sambodhana form. If it is ikaranta pumlinga like hari, harihi, so it will become hare. If it is ukaranta pumlinga, it will become o, guru. Akaranta strilinga, rame, like site, he site, ha site, like that. If it is mati like strilinga, it will become mate. If it is ikaranta like saraswati, so it will become saraswati. If it is ukaranta strilinga like dhenu, it will become dheno, same as guru. So these are the forms, and since only one form is different from prathama ekavachana prathama vibhakti, so others you need not know. So we'll do the abhyasa now. If you have any doubt, any question, anything not clear till this point, please ask. Then after that only we will start abhyasa. Okay. So let's do this one. Pushpam, lata, then vriksha, mala, mastakam, kandola. What will be the first one then? Pushpam.
Vrikshe.
Vrikshe. Saptamiya. In the vriksha. Then second one.
Pushpam.
Malayam.
Mala.
Malayam. Malayam.
Malaya.
So pushpam.
Mastaka. Mastakasya.
Mastake. Only two forms. K or yam. Mastake asti. Last one.
Kandole.
Kandole. What is kandola? Kandola is like a mandala. So that rishi people carry, right, their own water holding thing. So that is kamandala.
Okay.
So that is
Kamandalam.
kamandalam. So that is kandola.
Okay. In Sanskrit is Kandola.
Yeah, one word is this.
Okay.
Now here it is telling shlokaah Gitayam santi. Slokas are in Gita. In Gita. So similarly we will fill these shlokaah. Next one.
Grandhayam. Granthe.
Granthe.
Granthe santi.
Granthe santi.
Grantha is book. Shlokaah. Next one.
Ramayana.
Ramayana.
Ramayane santi.
Ramayane santi. In Ramayana. Shlokaah.
Nataka.
Natake.
Natake santi. And shlokaah.
Natikayam.
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 Natikayam santi. Similarly, this is there. This you can do.
Ayalayeshu. Harigriheshu. Subhashu.
Okay, let's practice one. This one we will practice. This one we will drop. That you can do your own. This one, Janaha Karyakramaha is written. So corresponding Saptami you have to write here.
Plural.
So you have to write. So next, first one will be what?
जनाः कार्यालयेषु भवन्ति
Very good. Janaah karyalayeshu bhavanti. People stay in offices. People are there in offices. So number 2,
जनाः
गृहेषु
गृहेषु
गृहाणि
griheshu.
भवन्ति
Griham, grihe, grihani.
गृहे
Griham is the word, right? So
Gృहे.
गृहं
grihe,
गृहेषु
griheshu bhavanti. Janaah sabha,
सभासु
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 sabhayam, sabhasu.
सभासु
Jana,
Yes, VT, I think. VT.
yes, it is Vithi. That only Vithya it will become like Stri, Parvati.
VTषु
गीतेषु भवति
Vithishu, Nadishu. Yes, Vithishu, correct. Because Nadi for Nadi it is Nadishu. Nadishu.
VT is mean
Vithi means a street. So like it is a cross. So it's not main road, it is some kind of street. This one you can do your own. So we'll do this one. Hari. What is the Sambodhana for Hari?
हरे
Hare.
हरे
Hare. So people
Hare.
sing.
Hare.
People sing in Kirtana and all, right? Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So there they are means doing Sambodhana, calling Bhagwan Ram. So that is why they say Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So then Matihi. What will be the Sambodhana?
Mate.
मते मते
What will be the Guru Sambodhana?
गुरो
Guru.
Guru.
Guru. Kamadhenu Sambodhana?
कामधेनु
Amadhenu.
No.
Amadhenu.
What will be the Bhagini Sambodhana?
भगिले
Bhagini only same.
Bhagine.
But choti ki matra.
That will become small. Bhagini. So similarly for Saraswati, it will become Saraswati. Devi, it will become Devi. So Lakshmi, it will become Lakshmi. Mala,
Male.
Male.
Male. So let's see.
Male.
So they are
Sita, Site.
Sita, Site. So late conjunction found only in Vedas. True or wrong?
लेट लकार yes true
So roots are divided into 11 classifications. True or yes or no?
False.
wrong
False. 18 classification.
only 18
No.
ना 10 ना तो ना 10
18 are the pratyayas. Roots are divided into 10 classes.
10 box
10 one is but 2 4 is past, 2 is future, and 4 are other.
Okay, that you read again once, Narasimha.
Okay.
There are 3 conjugations in past tense. It is true or false?
Correct.
Correct. Which one?
Lung,
Lung, lung, lit.
Lit. Very nice. So any form of lit you have, you know? So
past tense
Past tense.
perfect past. If you have to see perfect past, you see any shloka of Ramayana. So mostly you will have a perfect past everywhere. So like one I can tell Sa Jagama Vanam Viro Ramapada Prasadakah. So when Bharata goes to meet Bhagwan Ram, then the shloka used is Sa Jagam. It is not used Sa Gachat. Jagam is the form for he went. So Jagam there is lit lakar. babhuva, lit, jagam. These are the lit form. Adyatana is the period from morning to evening. It is true or false?
False.
Ajjadana.
False. False.
Then what is true?
12 o'clock to 12 o'clock.
It is current, as per current way of timing we follow. So otherwise in our culture it is through sunrise only when day happens. But
Yes.
since as of now our time and date we follow 12 to 12, then Adyatana will be today's 12 to 12, not morning to evening. The suffix denoting the classification of root is called as Vikarana Pratyaya. It is true or false?
గుణాలను తెలిపే గుణేషు వికరణ
True.
జాంగ
True.
False. False.
It is true.
It is true. So because these are the suffixes, if you see, let me read there. These are the suffixes which are Vikran Pratyaya, which sits between your root and the Ting Pratyaya. And they are different for all 10 Pratyayas. Because of them only you have different form in the 10 Ganas. So that one is true. So with this, the grammar part of this course, you have done it, and only remaining part is the next part. With that, we will finish the book. Now, if you have any doubt in today's whatever we discussed, anything which is not clear, anything which further explanation is needed, please ask. Other will conclude.
Just need to go through it. Then only we'll get doubts.
That is anyway true. So that
Because when we are listening, it's okay. After we sleep, we get just we'll forget that one. Once again, we'll just revise and we'll.
that is all human. There is nothing, no issue with that happens with.
Mahodaya,
Uh,
Mahodaya, that liking of the fourth point, the fourth point which says liking, it is also there in the fourth vibhakti.
I didn't get what you are saying.
Here, rules pertaining to locative case in that fourth point.
Mhm. Linking is there.
For whom, which, liking, devotion, respect. That liking
Oh,
is also used for Chaturthi Vibhakti.
if see it, these all okay. So
Like
I understand
Mahyam Bahu Rochante,
that
liking.
there Chaturthi is not because of liking. It is because of a specific case, that is rochate. When you will use rochate, then it will happen Chaturthi. That is the way it is classified. So that is not with any liking word, only rochate. So it is like only with ubhayatah, paritah, abhitah, dvitiya. You understand my point?
Yeah, I got it.
So let me tell
That
you.
specific word,
Yes,
the
yes,
verb should be there.
yes. That even the vibhakti in that case is called as upapada vibhakti. Upa means near, pada means word, vibhakti. So vibhakti is governed by the pada word near this thing. So there are two cases. One is pure vibhakti, one is upapada vibhakti. So that one is a upapada vibhakti. So I would like to add here. So these all are called as karakas, whatever till now we read. Who is karta and who is the getting the result, who is instrument. They all are the components which are helping some action to happen. So in all the sentences, some action is happening and the components of sentences are helping that action to happen. And since they are helping, they are called as karaka. But with the karaka, the biggest problem or biggest strength is It all depends on the person who is telling the word, the way he is telling, what is his desire. So it cannot be generalized. You have to always include majority of the process of the person who is telling. So like if I say cooker is cooking, so it is a correct word. Anyway, it is correct word. You have to figure out like which cooker the person is telling. So maybe it's a pressure cooker I am telling, then also it is correct. Pressure cooker is cooking. So, or any other cooker material, whatever it is. So here also the same thing. It is called as vivaksha. Vaktum iksha, the desire of the person who is speaking. You have to take that into account. So most of the karakas will get will get disturbed. If I say like you are cooking by fire, it's a valid sentence, right? Cooking by fire. So you cannot say now fire is karta, how you are cooking by fire. So you have to see what is the desire of speaker. As of now, as of this level, understanding this is little philosophical. Here is in this level you have to figure out there are 6 kind of actions which are done in any sentence: doer, object, karma, karan, instrument, recipient, separation, or the location. These are the 6 actions that you have to know, and you have to figure out. You have to frame sentences like I am sitting in the room. Now how I will say this? So in the room you will figure out this is location. So I will use saptami. So if room is prakoshtha, I will say prakoshthe. Sitting means upavishami. So prakoshthe upavishami. That's it. I am sitting in the room. Right? So that relation you learn at this level, that is more than enough. So with this we'll
One more.
yes, please ask any question.
This in on page 110,
110, which chapter?
chapter 6.
1. Chapter 1. 110. This one you are telling?
Yeah.
Okay. So cat is in the house.
That is locative. So, how do we put that? Is it gruhe? Gruhe?
So what is the word? You figure out what is the root word. Griha, right?
Yeah,
Griha
marjaraha grihe asti. Is it correct?
asti. That's it. Marjara grihe asti. Finish.
But here in is he told to use indeclinable, which is antaha for in.
So if you are using anta, then you will see once this particular case I can tell you only when you know the normal translation of this thing. So if you don't know the normal translation of this thing, then telling to tell use with indeclinable is not proper in my view. That is why I left it there. So once you know marjara grihasya antaha grihe asti, then you know the proper translation. Now you use the options, use indeclinable or anything. So indeclinable anta, if you are using inside, then question will come who's inside. So it is the relation. So you will say grihasya ante, inside of house. So you will use shashti. Make sense?
Okay, so yeah.
Doesn't your voice doesn't look satisfied?
is houses inside. Okay.
Inside house. Ante
Who
asti.
is okay. I think it'll take some time to get it.
Simply you think if somebody says ante asti, somebody came and asked Mata kutra asti. So if you say ante asti and there are 3-4 things where inside one car is there, one house is there, something else is also there where she can be inside. You have to make it clear, right? Kasya ante asti, right? So you will say grihasya ante, inside the house.
So can we generalize this fact that with the use of indeclinables only Shashti Vibhakti should be used?
No, not at all. It is the relation here. Because of that, you are using Shashti. Because in you use anta. Now anta is you have to put the relation. Kasya ante, right? Anta is not free. When you are telling somebody's location, then you have and you decided like you will use anta. Then you have to tell the whose anta. Then only location will be perfect, right? Indeclinable
I got
can
it.
be used with anything, any vibhakti or anything. Like in one, I think initial classes we saw, right? Namah eva asti. Nagare eva nagaram eva gacchami. Like that.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Dhanyavad, Mahodaya.
Okay. Okay. We'll finish today. We'll meet on Friday. And in between, Narasimha Mahodaya, read again. If you get any doubt, you are most welcome. We'll finish today's class then.
ओके शुभ रात्रि आचार्य
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद
Dhanyavad.
हाँ, धन्यवाद. नमस्ते.